Hello again, I am Blunty, and today bouncing off my review table are three products from Unia that they've sent in for me to check out, and these are they. This one's my favourite, this one's my second favourite, and this one's my third in a row. Not to indicate that this one is my least favourite, it's just the order I'm going to go in to show them to you. So this is obviously, if you haven't worked it out already, a shell for an iPad. The thing that makes this difference, and the thing that I thought made it worthy of pointing out to you guys, is that it solves a couple of problems that I have with iPad cases, in that they usually add a fair amount of bulk, especially the ones that have built-in kickstands, because, you know, they have to take up room to put in a folding-out kickstand thing, and this one has two of them, so you consider it two different angles, of course. But the thing that makes this thing different from all the others that I've looked at so far, it is very, very thin. I mean, very thin. Yeah, you get the point. It's very thin and adds an absolute minimum of bulk to your iPad. So it snaps on, and it's very secure actually. It clips on just around the corners here, and it grabs on very nice, and it's actually quite a pain in the ass to try and get off again if you try, so it's not going to come off there accidentally on you, which is good news. And the better news is it keeps away from the sides here, so it doesn't interfere with how you hold it. It's got a nice little sort of very thin fabric backing on it, so it makes it nice and comfortable to hold for your camera, of course, and all your ports and speakers are free, of course, naturally, as you'd expect any good case to be. But it doesn't impact the comfort or weight or thickness or anything of the iPad in any significant way. In fact, it makes it even more comfortable to hold because you're not on the best aluminium back. And those little kickstand things, of course, for your typing or whatnot, or if you're up on the third one for presentation of stuff. It's called the Revolution, and that's not me with a speech impediment. It's not revolution, it's Revolution, I-E-B-L-U-T-O-N. Comes in black, orange and purple, and costs you about $40 US. Okay, so that's that. Up next is the Omniverse hard drive and mobile devices 2.5-inch portable case thingy, and immediately off the surface it looks like any other number of small cases for portable cameras and your hard drives and your phone and whatnot. It's got a couple of things that I particularly like about it, which is why I chose it for this review. Nice belt loop, a little what do you call those things, carabiner type clips to jam it onto your bag or your belt or whatever you want to clip it onto. In the front it's got a nice little pouch for your adapters or your cables and headphones and whatnot you want to shove in there, and of course unzips, and the main compartment is where your device goes. Now inside here is where the tricky bits start. This is memory foam, so you get a nice soft secure place to jam your device that's going to protect it from everyday bumps and knocks and jiggles around and all that kind of stuff. And the whole thing is covered with a silk fiber, which is water repellent. So if and this is my own iPhone here, as you can see it's turned on and everything, and I'll pop it in there and we'll zip it up, and we'll just do this. We'll put it there and get my old trusty water bottle. Oh jeez, that was a bit powerful. I've got water everywhere now. As you can see, water just beads right up at there. There we are, a more gentle spray. And as you can see there, if you're wearing this around on a heavy rain or whatnot, no worries, the water just beads right off, and we'll open him up, and it's absolutely dry inside, of course, because you've got all the padding and the rubberized thing and the memory foam and the silk lining to keep water away from the insides, and hunky-dory, no problems at all. And that's what I really like about it, because if you're like me, sometimes out and about in the world, you've got your phone, you've got your camera gear, maybe you've got a hard drive, you're shooting some video and you've got a hard drive for some backup stuff on the way. You want to keep that stuff handy, you want to keep it protected from the elements. This is one you go to little baggy for doing that sort of stuff. The Omniverse case will run you about $19.95 US. Comes in red like this one, or black if you prefer to be a bit more subtle about things. You know, this isn't waterproof, I wouldn't submerge it, but it's going to protect your gear from rain and splashes and all that sort of carry on. Awesome, I think. Moving on. Here we are. This is called the Couch, and this solves a problem that I've had for many years, and that is I use a lot of electronic devices. I've got my tablets, my phone, a couple of cameras, some bits and pieces, and you know, I've got cables sitting everywhere on the little desk next to my couch where I plug things in to keep them charged, and this helps keep things tidy. Around the back here, you've got a little port where an AC adapter plugs in, and yes, it does come with the AC adapter, by the way. You don't have to buy that separately or anything like that. So you plug in your AC adapter, and inside, under this little scratch-resistant topping thing, are 3 USB ports down here. So what you do is you plug in your cables for your 3 USB devices that you use most often. As you can see, I've got a couple of spare cables in there. It does come with a few different cables of common stuff as well, a mini USB, a micro USB, and an iPhone one. And they're nice and short so they don't get too tangled in there, by the way. So you pop these through your little hidey holes in the edge of the top here. And there you go. You know, you come home at the end of the day, you plug your device in, you rest it there. There's one for my Nexus 7, there's one for my little camera, and they charge up. And it's a 2 amp charger back there, so you can put a few different devices on there at the same time. It's got plenty of power there to charge up everything I've thrown at it so far. If you've got a couple of high power devices plugged in at once, it may struggle, of course. The 2 amp limit, you've got to keep that in mind. But for my standard layout here, it's been doing the job beautifully. And of course, there are standard USB points inside. So if you have a device like my little Olympus camera here that has an unusual plug on one end that is non-standard and doesn't fit with any of the standard cables that comes with it, you can, of course, plug it straight in and away you go. And around the back here is a little tray, so you know, you chuck your sunglasses in there and your wallet, and you know, you got all your stuff that goes with you every day can sit there. Everything's nice and charged up and you're ready to go straight out the door, and I love it to bits. I've been using it constantly since I got it in, and it's brilliant. On Unia's site, the couch will cost you about $79.95, which may seem a bit steep for what you get here. It's a very basic thing. It's a bit of plastic and some cables and stuff, but when you think about it, it's a 3-port powered USB hub that comes with a 2 amp plug pack and your little desk caddy thing here. You add all those up together and it's actually a pretty reasonable price. So initially I was like, 80 bucks for that? No! But then I was like, 80 bucks for that? Well, that seems about right, actually. And it's an incredibly convenient, and this is my standard configuration, by the way. I've got my sunglasses, my Nexus 7, my phone, my camera, all topping up, charged up, ready to go by the start of the next day. So it has become an invaluable, useful bit of kit for my electronic adventuring in the world. Along with this for the weather and thing, and this when I'm using my iPad, and when a good case that's not going to take up too much bulk. And there you are. Those are the 3 gizmos that I think that you will want to have, because they're all very, very useful. They're all reasonably priced, and frankly, there's nothing really wrong with any of them. And I know in my reviews I try and look for the bad side to give you a balanced review, but there's nothing I don't like about these 3 things, quite honestly. They're all very, very practical, very useful, and I like them. Thanks for watching. I am Volante, and I'll catch you next time.